Scott. Ask Scott.
Hey Scott, just wanted to say thank you for everything you do with the podcast and the website and the workshops. The one question I had, and I don't think that I've seen an episode or anything that's touched on it, but if there was any way possible to give some insight on some of the Amazon seller and business reports, maybe some of the business and seller reports that sellers should focus on or use if they're into analytics to kind of measure the success of their business, or if they're not successful at this point, maybe some benchmarks that they could shoot for when looking at those reports. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to getting my question answered.
Okay, well, that's a great question, and thank you so much for the kind words. I would call you out by name, but again, I can't because, well, you didn't give me your name. So anyway, thank you for the question, and I really appreciate the kind words. And anyone else that's submitting a question on the Ask Scott show here, on this Ask Scott sessions, go ahead and leave your first name, okay? I would love to call you out by first name. Again, this is us sitting in the same room together, right? We just shook hands. Hi, my name is Scott. You are... All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that we do that from now on. Now, let's talk about this. This is actually a good topic. I'm not really too crazy about going in and just kind of taking hours and looking at reports. There is some basic ones that I look at. I'm going to kind of give you those right now because they're important, because we need to kind of see exactly what's happening on the back end of our business inside of Amazon. So the very first thing that you want to, or that I look at, is I go into the sales dashboard. All right. And then what I'm going to look at, the main thing I'm going to look at is the main screen there. We're going to see, you guys all have seen this. People have posted screenshots and all that stuff where you see 7 sold today, or yesterday 30 units, or same day last week 45 units, or whatever, right? So it kind of gives you, then it'll also say same day last year, how many units were sold, all of that. So that's like the basic level. That's like everyone sees that data, right? So yeah, we look at that all the time, okay? So now the next part of that, and this is something that I look at because I have variations and I also have different categories that things are being sold in now. So the other one that I look at is if I go to my sales dashboard, it's on the left-hand side. If you're on desktop, obviously it's going to be on desktop. If you're looking at these reports, you're going to be, so let's just say that you're in the sales reports kind of dashboard. You look on the left-hand side and it'll say business reports, and then it'll say by date, by ASIN. I go where it says by ASIN. I scroll down a little bit and I go to detail page sales and traffic by child item. Then what I do is I click on that, and then it'll give me a breakdown for the past 30 days, and it'll show me all the parent ASINs, all the child ASINs. It'll give me the title, it'll give me all that stuff. Then it tells me the sessions. So the sessions is like how many times the page has been viewed, it gives you the sessions. I can't even say session percentage. It gives you page views. It gives you page views percentage, buy box percentage, units ordered, unit sessions percentage, ordered product sales, and then total order items. All right. So what I normally do is the very first thing I do in the morning, usually around 11 o'clock, because that's when the reports are updated, usually Eastern time, is I'll go in, I'll select the from date to the day before. So if I do that, I'll go and I'll just go to the little calendar and then I'll select the day before. And then what that'll do is it'll give me just the day before's stats. Okay. And then this will tell me how many sessions I've had, but more importantly, how many sales per ASIN or per child item that you've had. It also gives you the unit session percentage. I can't say session today for some reason. So unit session percentage, ordered product sales, and then you'll see total order items. Okay. So units ordered, that means how many were ordered. But when you look at 11 total ordered, or I've got 11 in front of me here because this one here, there was 12 units ordered, but there was 11 total ordered items. So that means that, 11 people purchased, one person bought 2. All right. And then it gives you the unit session percentage. So here's the other useful thing with this report is that, let's say, for example, I'm running a split test. And let's say that I started it, and I have to say the exact date that I started it. But let's just say that I want to see what it did in the past 10 days, right? More importantly, I want to see how many sessions it's had, because I'm going to base my split test and stuff off of sessions. All right. Now, if you're using this to kind of do the split test, you definitely want to be looking at sessions. All right. So here's what I would do. I would go in and I would say, okay, let me go back 10 days, let's say, and then I'll select that day range. Then from there, I'll look at sessions and I'll say, okay, cool. It had 500 sessions. What was my unit session percentage? It was, let's say it was, 13%. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to go back 10 days before that, that time. So let's just say I go back 20 days, but I'm going to also cap it at only 10 days between that one date. And this is getting kind of confusing, but you want to set 2 different times, but to get the same amount of sessions. So this way here, when you're looking at your test, you're able to see that you started the test on one day and then you tracked how many sessions it were that went past. But then before that, you want to see how many sessions or up to a certain amount of sessions, so you can track the actual percentage of conversions. All right. That sounded really confusing, but it's really not. But that's what you want to use this report for. At least I do. Now, there is a new tool, and I've talked about this, just started talking about it. It's called Splitly, and it's a really awesome tool because you can set up these split tests to actually do exactly what I just said, so you don't have to think about it. It'll show you a test that's been running, and it'll be splitting between 2 different altering back and forth between the 2. So again, that's Splitly. I do have an affiliate link that you can go through and you'll get an extra little bonus there by going through that. Plus you'll buy me a cup of coffee, which you guys know I enjoy. You can find out more information about that product by heading over to theamazingseller.com/split test, all one word. So theamazingseller.com/split test. All right. And check that out. Really awesome tool, but you can do it manually. This is what I've been doing as well, and it works, but it's just a little more time consuming. But anyway, that's the one reporting area that I always go into every single day. There's other ones that you can go to: detailed page sales traffic, detailed page sales traffic by parent item, and all that stuff. I usually, again, just go for detailed page sales and traffic by child item. That's what I do. And then the other report that I go under is, if you go under reports, okay, you just hover over top of that, you'll see a drop-down menu. And then from there, I go to advertising reports. And then under advertising reports, I can see what I've spent per day. So I can look and say, okay, for the past, I think it's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, it'll show you what you've spent. You can change that if you want to. But from here, what I look at is I go on the very top. Okay, so right at the very top, you're going to see performance over time, performance by SKU, performance by placement, search term report, estimated page 1, other ASIN report, campaign performance report. I look at search term report. I'll click on that, and then I will run and I will request the report. It usually takes about 5 minutes to get back. And then that's going to give you all of the data from all of your campaigns inside of your Amazon pay-per-click and your sponsored ads. And then I go through and I really dive into those reports to see the keywords that people are actually searching for that are bringing in sales. All right. So those are the 2 main ones that I look at. Obviously, if you're going to talk about like inventory, you can go into your inventory, see where that is. You'll also see if there's any alerts in the very front end of your dashboard if you have any low inventory. But really, report-wise, that's the 2 areas that I look at the most. All right. So I know that was a long-winded answer again, but I wanted to take everyone through those 2 things as far as reporting goes. That's me personally. Again, there's other people that probably go a lot deeper. Those are the 2 things that I look at on a regular basis. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of
of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business, and this way here you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.